Hello and welcome back to another Onkruid video. Welcome back to another unedited Soulstone Survivors video. Let's start off by going to the blacksmith, going to the next character that has a new weapon, crafting that weapon, and then just playing a random run with that character and that weapon. We have Shard of Chaos. Damage modifier, area modifier, less body mass, chaotic inferno, a continuous pillar of dark flames. Sounds very interesting. Select him. We are gonna go for like a win, I think, or are we gonna go for singular focus? No, let's go for singular focus. Let's go for that crazy shit, but that does mean that I am gonna disregard everything concerning curses and just go in for a regular old easy ass run. Maybe I should have gone for like curse difficulty 3 or something that is still easy but means that we get a victory. So it is a negative flamethrower, or it is a flamethrower with chaos, so it just is a flamethrower that applies negative effects. Alright, that's insanely strong. I think if we would have had our normal synergetic build in the runes, that is, I think this would have been absolutely insane, because this applies a whole lot of negative effects all at once. Maybe we can just go for singular focus chaotic inferno if possible, but we'll see what the future brings, what the future holds. Something you can never know, of course. Have to learn to let go a little bit. Exposed weakness is already a very nice start. Applying wounds is another negative effect we can apply to our enemies, and still we have executioner, so we still deal more damage for every separate negative effect that is applied. So I guess we don't even need like our regular old synergetic rune. Look at this rot. Look at that rot just going there. Oh, well, there it went. But for a while it was popping off without me having to do anything. Kind of like Malzahar E in League of Legends. Or as some of the League connoisseurs call it, AIDS. A lot of people call that ability AIDS, which is probably very insensitive to people that suffer from the disease or have lost people because of the disease. So I'm not going to go too far into it, but either way, it's an infectious ability kind of that spreads from user to user after the user dies, or from minion to minion, from character to character. Oh man, I've really given myself the itch to play League right now just by talking about it. Do you guys have that sometimes? Do you have that, and do you have that when you just like talk about something? Or, well, let's go for lightning, void for now. You talk about something, you think about something, or, and this is like the primary harmful factor for me, this is the thing that really grinds my gears and really gets me to the point I'm trying to make. Watching videos about games, talking about games, thinking about games, and all of a sudden you feel that insanely strong urge to play that specific game. League is actually one of the prime examples I have this with. Minecraft sometimes. Old school RuneScape I used to have it with, but now I realized that I would rather actually have like a social life and achieve meaningful real life goals instead of just grinding woodcutting for 14 hours a day. And that's why old school RuneScape is kind of, it has been toned down a little bit. I still get the urge to play it sometimes, but most of the time I'm just enjoying content creators and their grinds and their struggles. But for League, it's definitely like a one-of-a-kind experience. Whenever I watch any type of League video, I almost always get the immediate urge to play that game. To throw my life away a little bit, to delve into the toxic cesspools that is the League community and just see what the game has to offer right about now. The Funksol brother, check it out now. And that is the feeling that I'm experiencing right now. I hope that later today I will still have the time to... not really what we want. Let's go for conflagrate for now, but it's not exactly what we're looking for. Still have the time to play some League. It's gonna be quite close. Probably I'm gonna cut it close because I have work tomorrow, of course, and because people are coming over later today, which is something I'm also looking forward to very much, of course. That's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a meeting we had to postpone for a while. We were gonna see each other last week, but then very unexpectedly my girlfriend's cat got very sick to the point of almost immediately dying. Sadly enough, was a very sad experience for all of us, and especially for her during this past week. Very understandable, of course. But that means that today all those people are coming over, and that's fine, that's okay. I love having people over, love having friends over. But at the same time, and this is going to be just brutal honesty for me, it's kind of the gamer's mind at work there. And that's like, well, I would also just love an afternoon of chill playing games on my own or with some friends, you know. But don't get me wrong. Immediately when the social context starts, when the people arrive and when we're having fun together, I realize, all right, this is also amazing. But it's more a feeling of like, it would also be cool to just have a chill afternoon behind my computer, right? And it sounds maybe a bit degenerate, a bit neckbeard, but I think it's just an honest opinion and I want to share with you guys. And I hope that people that know me in real life don't all of a sudden get offended and feel like, oh, so you would rather sit behind your computer than spend time with us. That's not true at all. I put in very much effort into my social life. I make sure that I meet up with a lot of people all the time and with a diverse group of people as well. I don't mean like racial or gender diversity or anything like that, but just like that I put all my friends in the spotlight sometimes. Except for you, Berglucht. Fuck you, I hate you. Not true, of course, not true. With him, I usually go out for quizzes. If we need an extra guy, I always invite him. We used to go to padel also, a nice little racket sport. That has been a bit on the down low lately. We have never been able to find a moment that everybody was available because of people going on vacation, some people working, some people still studying. They had their exams, of course. Of course, Berglucht aced all of that shit, which is exactly what I expect from him. He is one of the smartest people I know, that's for sure. And then again, I think that I also just am friends with a whole bunch of smart people. Not only because of like the fact that most of my friends I know from university, but also I feel like everyone that I know has like a certain intelligence. Maybe not everybody is book smart, not everybody knows like crazy facts or something, but everybody has a certain kind of intelligence that I admire. I definitely know a lot of people that have an emotional intelligence I definitely aspire to have myself. Or they have like knowledge about humans and about human intentions, or just about like general life stuff. And this is gonna sound very sexist, but it's just me being honest again. For example, like washing clothes. I have no idea how to do that. I'm gonna be honest about that. I am 24 and I still don't know how to wash my own clothes, so I definitely have to rely on my girlfriend and my mother for those kinds of things. And I am like kind of impressed about how much they know about those things, about how to get stains out, about how to wash separate fabrics and separate colors, and which temperatures to do it on, and which material you need to put in the washing machine, and which kind of soap to use, and all those things. It's kind of like you need university studies just for that alone, it seems like. So that's also a kind of being very, very smart when it comes to just like general life things. Also cooking and stuff, people that can cook well. I am also always very much like, damn, that's a great talent to have. You can be very proud of that. Not necessarily something I'm completely jealous of, because I think that I'm an okay cook. I can definitely cook a lot of things that I like to eat, and that's, I think, the most important part. I think that sometimes I can also cook for other people and they will then enjoy it. So yeah, that's all there's to it. That's all there's to cooking, right? If you can make something that you and your friends and loved people enjoy, I think that's like the most important element. It doesn't have to be a 5-star cuisine. The Michelin jury doesn't have to like drop their fork beneath the table and it has to be picked up within 1.3 seconds, or otherwise somebody in your near vicinity just gets a whole rain of shotgun pellets straight to the head. No, I don't need critiques, I don't need Michelin stars, I don't need people to tell me that it's good. I need to taste myself that the food is delicious. That's the most important part, and that's almost always the case. And otherwise I will try to solve it, adding more spices, adding more of other things to kind of diminish the impact of the spices a little bit. Add another vegetable, add a little more garlic, a little more salt, a little more pepper. Yeah, crank a little more pepper up in that bad boy. No idea where that came from, but sometimes you just have to go crazy, go stupid. Which is exactly what I did this weekend, by the way. Yesterday I went to a volleyball game of a buddy of mine, and it was an amazing experience. It was so much fun. And not just because I saw my friend play, because I only saw her play for a very short amount of time, but that didn't bother me in the end. I think it's like the sport that I might enjoy watching the most, if you're not counting things like esports and stuff, because I think they are still a bit higher up there. But I think I would much rather watch a volleyball game than I would watch a soccer game, for example, or cycling. No, not at all. Don't make me watch cycling, please. Tennis, maybe, but I think volleyball is right up there, that's for sure. And that is because in other sports, I can sometimes enjoy like the random highlights on YouTube, like most respectful soccer moments, top 10. And then it's just like Lionel Messi completely destroying people, giving them a new asshole for 10 times in a row. But what I am talking about is volleyball. That is like a highlight reel in and of its own, or at least that's how I experienced it yesterday. Maybe it was because it was like the first time I actually watched it live at a high level. I can confidently say that she plays at a high level. She might diminish that herself a little bit or play it down, make it seem like it's no big deal, no biggie at all, but it is because she is a very humble person with sometimes a pretty strong internal critic. But either way, it was just very, very impressive to see. And the entire game kind of felt like a highlight reel. Just every single set had some enjoyable moments. Sometimes even like watching somebody miss their serve. You would think, alright, that's not interesting because that set or that point just doesn't get played at all. But like the psychological impact that you can read from their faces when they just miss one of their serves, it's beautiful. It's harrowing, and it makes me feel bad for them because of empathy, but it also shows me how invested they are in their passion, in their sport, and how much they actually want to win, you know? They definitely want to win and want to do whatever it takes to win. So not even having the opportunity to play a point because they missed their serve, that really makes them feel bad. Because it's also like, sometimes when you lose a point in games like that, like volleyball, you can realize that, okay, we as a team dropped the ball there, literally and figuratively, but either way, you as a team dropped the ball. But when it comes to serving, it's kind of just you know? There can still be some factors that, and for example, your wrist can all of a sudden hurt, but most of the time when serving, it's your responsibility. And if you make a mistake on that part of the game, you can't really attribute it to anything else other than your own incompetence. And that's why I think that serving incorrectly is one of the most mental health destroying, mentality destroying aspects of playing sports like that. I know in tennis and squash, for example, that missing a serve is just like a very, very bad feeling, especially in padel as well. And in like regular old volleyball at the high level, there is no mercy. In high school, when we used to play volleyball for an entire year together with the boys, because our gym teacher saw that that was a sport that we put a lot of effort into and we enjoyed, everyone really enjoyed volleyball. It was like, oh, second serve, it's fine, everybody can miss the ball once. At this level, at this stage, at this competitive level, my friend played that. Oh, no sir, no sirree. Oh, you missed your fucking serve? That's too bad. Go into the locker room, hang yourself, and try again next game. That's purely ironic. I didn't mean it like that. There we go. Nice little victory with a new weapon on the Pyromancer. A very, very strong weapon. I think that has a lot of potential. Daily achievement check. 98.3%. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.